In this lesson we're going to look at an up-tempo shuffle, often referred to as a boogie. I'm going to be using some overdrive and it'll sound like this. Now to start off, we need to bar with our first finger the fourth and third string. We're actually pressing down on the fourth string in E and on the third string in A. Now we're only concerned really with the fifth, fourth and third string for this pattern. So there's our chord. We're going to be using the open fifth and we're going to be using the fourth and third as a barred two-note chord here. Now we should take a look at the right hand to see how it's done. To start off with, we do a downstroke on the fifth string, which must take us below the third string, so we can do an upstroke for the chord, like this. Now, we go down on the fifth, we'll count that as our first note there, and we'll count the chord as our second note, followed by a mute. Now, I'll just show you how I'm doing the mute. I come up on the chord, my thumb and the palm of my hand arrive on the strings to mute it out, and my pick goes back under the third string, so I'm ready to do another chord. Like that. It may take you a bit of time to practice getting that just right. So it's down, below the third string, up, back onto the strings to mute, but make sure your pick is right under the third string for another chord. So we'll go 1 on the A, which is the fifth string. We'll call that 1. We'll call this chord 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can successfully do that, we'll be ready to go to the left hand. Let's take a look at it slightly slowed down. Again. I think we're ready now to go to the left hand. Now, our right hand pick is situated under the third string, ready to go. Now at this point we want to switch to a different chord or power chord here. I'll just show you where the chord is. First finger, fifth string, third fret, and third finger, fourth string, fifth fret. Now, we're going to play a muted upstroke here, so we really don't want to press this chord down just yet. We want to make sure that our third finger, this one, is leaning on the third string and muting it, so when I do an upstroke with my right hand, it's dead, like that. A little plicking sound. Because up to this point we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's our plick, which we want to place while we go to this power chord here. Again, 3, 4, 5, 6, move and mute and do the upstroke. Now, if you can get from, say, here to the mute, that would be a good place to practice doing one upstroke on the third and fourth string, mute by putting the thumb and the hand and the pick under the third string, mute, get to the third fret, this is the third fret power chord here, then do a muted upstroke, and follow that with a downstroke on the power chord. So we get... Now let's try that from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, mute. Again. That little muted tone is very important. It's too difficult to put that muted note down here and to jump to there. It's too awkward a jump. So we will mute it about here. Now after the downstroke, we move along to the fifth fret, where the first finger will be, and another power chord there to complete the bar. So we have And these are played using a downstroke on this chord and a downstroke on this chord here at the 5th fret. So from our muted position here, we go up mute, down, move, down with the right hand there, and then another down when we go back to our original position on the 5th string, another down here. So let's try the whole cycle. And you can hear that little muted, it's just a faint click, but it adds to the overall rhythm. Another way of muting you can try doing is to just lift the first finger off as you're muting with the right hand. It gives double protection that no sound is going to come out. You just lift your first finger off. You don't press, you let go, but you still touch the strings, and that gives you a mute down here. Now an alternative chord structure is, instead of going from the 3rd fret with this power chord here, so actually a C power chord, and that's a D power chord, instead of going from C to D, we can go from D to C, like... There's our mute here now, and then another downstroke there, and then instead of hitting a chord, watch that you don't hit a chord, but just a single note when you go back to the first chord. Again.